Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Washington Sports Digital Network.
From Arkadelphia, Arkansas, we welcome you to Bill Vining Arena, home of your number 20 Ouachita Baptist Tigers, who will be hosting the Rangers of Northwestern Oklahoma State University. I'm Jordan Green. Alongside with me is Chris Babb, and we have an exciting one for you this afternoon. The visiting Rangers come in off of a recent loss across the street, losing to Henderson State 75-66. On the other end, your Tigers come in looking to extend their 5-game win streak to 6 after beating Southwestern Oklahoma State on Thursday. So far right now what we have is, your Tigers, they're number 1 in the GAC, the number 2 defense nationally, and it seems like on the other end of the court, you have your Northwestern Oklahoma State, where they rank number 6 in the GAC, and it seems like they have nothing to lose. But on the other side of the court, when you have the Tigers, the way they've been playing, they have everything to lose. How about can you talk me through that, like if they would change their approach?
Yeah, so you take a look at the Tigers, 13-1 in the Great American Conference, 17-3 overall, and they just seem to be clicking. If you look at the national rankings, that's really nice. That's great to have and be number 20 in the country. But it really doesn't mean a whole lot. The regional rankings, which will come out in a couple of weeks, will mean that. But if you look at the Great American Conference standings, I think we have them to be able to show you. If you look at the Great American Conference standings, Ouachita on the top at 13-1, Northwestern tied for 5th. And you see that the white line is the line you want to be above as the season ends. This is a 15th game of a 22-game conference schedule. And so Ouachita trying to keep pace with Oklahoma Baptist, who's at Arkansas Tech this afternoon. But, yeah, you look at that 6th through 8th, tied 5th at Northwestern. Arkansas Tech's tied for 7th. So there are 6 teams anywhere one game from being in 5th place to being out of the tournament. And so each game, as we get later and later in the season, means a little bit more. Ouachita, we've talked about all season, wants to protect the home court, and that's what they'll try to do today against the Rangers.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like I said earlier, whenever I was introducing, Thursday they had a astounding win against SWASU, and Crew Flowers, dominant performance, 22 points, shooting over 50%. And then right below him, you have Devin Hancock, who had 17 points, also shooting over 50%. As a team, they shot 46%. And defensively, let's just talk about Christian Parks. He set the tone, but obviously he can't do it by himself. It needs to be a full team. He had 5 blocks. So can you talk me through that, how Christian Parks needs to be an anchor and he needs to bring everybody along with him?
Yeah, Christian Parks has been that anchor defensively. Coach Nutt, we had a replay Thursday night of Christian Parks. It was the call where it looked like he got his hand to the top of the backboard. And Coach Nutt went back on the broadcast and had a screenshot and said, hey, we need to see if we can get a clear shot of this, the printout. And I said, yeah, that was pretty amazing. He said, you just don't see that very often. And he does it regularly. Regularly do you see Christian Parks. He's 8th in the nation in block shots per game, or in block shots, but he also alters a whole lot of shots. That's huge for the Ouachita defense, which is 2nd in the country, tops in the GAC. And when they combine that with the shooting that you talked about, that's a great combination to try to get a victory.
Absolutely. And not only is he a great rebounder, almost averaging 10 rebounds a game, but he's getting the ball out. I mean, last game alone, him and Conley had a great game himself with, I want to say, 3 steals, 20 points off of fast breaks. And you can really see the chemistry. How important is that chemistry when you're moving up and down the court and defensively, and how does it help your offense?
Oh, it's huge. Team chemistry, you're on a team, and you've been on teams. You understand what teams are like that have good team chemistry. I was talking to Coach Nutt about that Wednesday, and he said that he has, guys on the team will tell him, he asked one of the guys, he said, hey, who was here in previous years? which, they're going for the, first back-to-back winning 20-win seasons ever in the program. So it's not like they weren't successful last year. They were. They were successful last year, 20-win season. And he asked the player, he said, what's the difference this year, or what's it like being on this team? He said, Coach, everybody on this team gets along. And that's huge for a coach, especially in a situation where you have so many new players each year in the world of college basketball. You have so many new players, and to be able to have that good team chemistry is huge.
Now, before we kick it to Casey Model for our starting lineups, I just want to talk about the last time Ouachita Baptist played Northwestern. How important is it to shut down Max Alexander, who's been an efficient and consistent scorer for them, totaling 25 points back on January 8th and sinking 10 out of 10 free throws? Do you think he's going to, have an urge to get to the line knowing that he's a fantastic free throw shooter?
Yeah, absolutely. Max Alexander is a scorer. You mentioned 25 points. He was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. Cameron Brown also scored in double digits for that one. But, Max Alexander is a key for the Rangers.
Well, now
against your Ouachita Tigers! And now introducing the starting lineup for the Northwestern Oklahoma Rangers. Senior guard from Odenton, Maryland, number 0, Cameron Brown. Junior guard from McPherson, Kansas, number 1, Max Alexander. Junior guard from Los Angeles, California, number 3, Kenny Burns III. Senior forward from Del City, Oklahoma, number 8, Keandre Young. And senior forward from Atlanta, Georgia, number 79, Robbie Armbruster. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Tigers! Freshman guard from Springdale, Arkansas, number 4, Jackson Conley. Sophomore guard from Fort Worth, Texas, number 12, Crew Flowers. Junior forward from Meridian, Mississippi, number 1, Christian Parks. Senior guard from Houston, Texas, number 2, P.J. Neal. And graduate guard from Dallas, Texas, number 0, Devon Hancock. The head coach of the Ouachita Tigers is Dennis Nutt. The assistant coaches are Levin Thornton and Rashard Stringfield. This afternoon's officials are Les Ewell, Chris Herod, and Logan Taylor.
Well, there you have it. Your starting lineup set for the this afternoon's matchup. Number 1, Christian Parks. Number 0, Devin Hancock. Number 4, Jackson Conley. Number 12, Crew Flowers. And number 2, P.J. Neal. For Northwestern, we got number 3, Kenny Burns. Number 8, Keandre Young. Number 79, Robbie Armbruster. Number 1, Max Alexander. And number 0, Cameron Brown. Armbruster gets the tip for Northwestern Oklahoma State, and here we go. Alexander, ball at the top of the key, looks to drive. Kicks it to Burns. Burns goes up and sinks the first basket of the game for the Rangers.
Big lineup for Northwestern Oklahoma State. A lot of size on that bench as well.
Parks has it down low, matched up with Armbruster. Looks like that's going to be the matchup for the afternoon. Out to Neal. Neal takes it to the paint, tripped up, and a foul is called. You see on the replay there, Neal looks to get to the rim, and he's tripped up by Armbruster. Hancock shoots, 3-ball, no go. Rebounded by Brown. Set to bring it up the court. Looking to get to the rim on Flowers. Goes up and it's in.
Very reminiscent of the start at East Central when East Central had 15 points in the first 7 minutes, and then the Ouachita defense settled in and was able to limit the East Central Tigers. Northwestern Oklahoma State off to the quick start today in Arkadelphia.
Yeah, and if you look at recent games stat-wise, we just look like a second-half team. There's a little bit of a difference there as Conley shoots from the corner. No go. Parks being efficient on the boards as always. Mr. Consistent. Back to Conley. Neal looking to get inside. A little bit of and the foul is called on the floor. Getting a little physical in the paint. Foul is called on number 8, Keandre Young.
That was a nice job. Jackson Conley got hammered there. It was a lot of contact, but Conley kept his composure after taking all the contact.
Neal set to pass it into Hancock. Hancock scanning the floor. Drives, goes for the floater. No go. And it's out of bounds on Burns. It's going to be Tigers ball. And that'll be off the knee of Crew Flowers. Rangers ball. Brown bringing it up the floor. Your Tigers are set in their notorious man defense as Brown passes to Ambusher. Ambusher works on Parks. And it does not go. There will be a turnover on possessions as Conley sets to pass it in to Neal. Hancock, top of the key to Flowers. Flowers back to Neal. Looking to get to the paint, off the glass and no go, rebounded by Ambusher. Ambusher bringing the ball up the court. Alexander kicks to the key. Out to Young. Young sinks the three. That's the third bucket for the Rangers as your Tigers are still scoreless. Neal drives to the paint. Kicks out to Conley. Conley drives, and that's the first basket for the Tigers.
Yeah, the Tigers needed to do something to get the lid off that bucket. Jackson Conley drives in and gets a nice basket to go.
Alexander on the wing to Armbruster. And the travel will be called. Tigers ball. Momentum is a big thing in basketball, Chris, and it's always good to have it.
Absolutely. The first 4 minutes have basically gone to the Rangers. Settle in. If you're Ouachita, if you're Northwestern, you got to figure out what's working, continue that offensively, and your defense has been nice on the Tigers to this point. That's a nice job of Hancock of going baseline and getting across his defender, drawing the foul as Northwestern's Cameron Brown was caught on the backside.
And you want to talk about Mr. Consistent. It's like we have 5 of them, and we have, more than 5 coming off the bench. Hancock sinks his first. Alexander on the wing, their most efficient scorer, had 25 last time he faced the Tigers. Shoots a three, and it goes. That's Alexander's first bucket of the game, going 1 for 1 from three. Conley goes up, no go, but he gets the foul.
Watching these, getting ready to have the under 16 media timeout. Northwestern and Oklahoma State off to a quick start.
And we're going to take that break with you. We'll be back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win on your side, by your side, the winning side.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Welcome back to Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Just got delivered a honey bun to press row.
When are you going to eat that honey bun?
Probably around 5:30 or 6 o'clock after we're done tonight.
Sounds about right. Anyway, we welcome you back to Ouachita Sports Digital Network, where your Ouachita Tigers are set to shoot free throws.
I don't know. What do you think that expiration date says? There's no month. I'm in the same year, so I'm good, right? It's 2020, anytime in 2026.
It's a fairly new year. I think that honey bun is still good.
I think we're safe.
Yeah, I think you're all right. I hope you're all right. Be a shame if we didn't have class on Monday. Conley shoots the second, and it goes. Conley goes 2 for 2 at the line.
Ouachita comes out a little 2-2-1 press, try to change the pace a little bit, try to get Northwestern. They've kind of been comfortable in their half-court set, kind of disrupt them a little bit and not let them start so quickly.
Brown has the ball at the top of the key. Screen by Armbruster. Sees Young, shot from the wing, and it goes. That is Young's second basket of the night. 2 for 2 from three. He has 6.
Gavin Snyder came in at the media timeout.
Gavin Snyder, a defensive anchor as well. Hancock, dangerous mid-range jumper, and he shows exactly why. Hancock has 4.
And a steal.
Steal by Conley. Conley looking to go coast to coast, and no go. Rebounded by Young. Young looking for our outlet.
Boy, he had Kenny Burns III down on the far end if he could seen it for the outlet, but he in too much traffic.
The lefty shoots. No go for Alexander. Hancock bringing the ball down the court for the Tigers. Ball's out. Alexander by himself lays it in. A decently fast-paced game whenever they get into that trap.
Very similar start for Ouachita that it was Saturday in Ada, Oklahoma.
Hancock looking for a shot. Conley shoots on Brown. No go. Rebounded by Burns. Burns shoots, no go, rebounded by Conley. Conley looking for our outlet, gets it to Neal. Ball is stripped, and it's going to stay with the Tigers. Have a couple of subs coming in. Number 5 subbing in for Burns, Duran
Deer and beer hooray.
Deer and beer hooray. All right. My apologies. Neal with the ball at the top of the key. Working on Young. Finds a...
Yeah, McConnell had a good look. It was contested, but he would like to have had that one back.
Intercepted by Snyder. Snyder looking to take it coast to coast, and it's stripped by Alexander, and it's going to stay Tiger ball.
Interim head coach Tim Casey wanting that one. Would like to that doesn't.
Trey Smith also subs in. Neal, mid-range, no go. Rebounded by the Rangers. Mikey Hawkins brings the ball down the court, kicks it to the wing for Alexander. Hawkins on the wing, looking to work on Snyder, takes it to the rim. Looking to change some stuff up as the Tigers are 0 for 4 of the last 4 shots that they've put up on a 2.5-minute scoring drought. Chris, how important is it to get a bucket here to try and shift the momentum?
We'll take a foul as well. Now, here's where coaches will start looking at. He's getting up and he's getting ready. He just looked. He said 5-0. He just said it to the, you start looking at that foul count. The FA is going to say, hey, it's 5-0. And that's what that conversation is about right now.
And we're going to take a quick break here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network as they got a full timeout going on right now. We'll be right back on the OSDN presented by Taylor King Law.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
I've heard people say Ouachita.
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 Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
And we're back as McConnell takes the inbound. Hits to the corner. Flowers, no go. Gets the rebound, looking to reset. Jaden Webb has also subbed in for the Tigers.
They're going to put 17 on the shot clock, say that it didn't reset fast enough after that missed shot. Offensive rebound.
And there is a foul called. And it's going to be on Deeren Bierhare. Looks like they got him for a hold. Flowers comes back to the corner, shoots, and it goes. Drew Flowers, first shot goes. Second shot, 1 for 2. Alexander shoots the three, and he returns the favor. Snyder bringing the ball down the court on some pressure, being heavily guarded by Hawkins. Swings to McConnell. Webb on Armbruster in the paint. Webb, no go. Armbruster with the rebound, and he looks to push the ball up the floor. Over Flowers, no go. Hawkins tries to tip it in, and he secures the rebound as a foul is called down on the block.
First foul called on Washita. Acting head coach Sam Casey pleased with that. Would like to say wish our thoughts and prayers with Coach Robbie Harmon and his family as he's having to take a leave of absence from the team to deal with his wife fighting cancer. So we would like to let Coach Harmon know that our thoughts and prayers are with he and his family.
Absolutely.
Second foul, this is a job, right? Being a coach is a job, and a lot of people, when you're a coach, especially at the college level, a lot of attention is on that, no matter what level. Obviously, the bigger you get, the more attention. But then every once in a while, a fan gets a little bit carried away. You kind of are brought back to the things that actually matter, I say actually matter, your job matters, but family first, and so our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Harmon and his family.
Absolutely.
2 free throws good, and just like that, Jordan, Northwestern is back to a big lead, 3-possession lead at 9 point, 20-11.
It seems like the timeouts haven't stopped the momentum for the Rangers. Would love to see how the Tigers respond as Snyder shoots a floater, and it's rebounded and put back up by Webb.
Yeah, Gavin Snyder got in the air. I think he might have thought Webb was coming in for an alley-oop. But anyway, he was able to get the shot, and Webb did come for the putback. That was a nice play on the defensive end by Ryder. McConnell just couldn't keep his foot off the baseline.
Yeah, it looks like it was just his heel that got on there. He was a little imbalanced, so Ranger ball as Hawkins kicks it to Burns on the corner. Hits Bierhere. 3 will not go. And they're calling a foul on Gavin Snyder. They're going to get him for a push, it seems like.
Yeah, the 2 players were locked up together.
Just unfortunate.
Yeah, it could have been a foul on either one. That call goes the Rangers' way. And
Burns on the wing. Gets a screen from Bierhere.
Think about it, you go back and watch a replay and you're like, no, it couldn't. That was just a foul on Snyder. The officials have to make that in real time.
Yeah. The and one is good for Armbruster. We see a little replay here as Armbruster works on Webb, and he gets the and one call.
Yeah, Armbruster did a nice job of going into the middle, coming back, and then maintaining balance enough to get that shot up.
Missed free throw, rebound goes to Flowers as Snyder brings the ball down the court on Hawkins.
Washita 4 of 16 from the field, 25%. Northwestern Oklahoma State 8 of 13, 61.5%.
Snyder set to pass the ball in for the Tigers. Hits Flowers in the corner. Flowers drives, finishes in the front of the rim. Flowers coming off of a 22-point performance, and you just had to be there.
Nice response from Burns on the other end. Back-to-back possessions with penetration and layups in the middle of the lane.
Both of these teams, as McConnell shoots the 3, it doesn't go. Both of these teams had an astounding amount of points in the paint, and you can see as it continues to be the emphasis for both teams.
Yeah, Coach Nutt calling a timeout, and he's going to get the starters back in, and it leads up to 11, Jordan.
And they stretch the 30-second timeout to a full. and we're going to take it with them. We'll be back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. The Rangers are on a roll right now, scoring 3 of their last 3 on offense, and they're honing it down on defense. Score is 26-15, Tigers down by 11. Chris, what is something different that you think Coach Nutt is setting up, offensively, defensively? Because 26 points, that is uncharacteristic for the Tigers as they lead, or they're number 2 in the nation defensively.
Yeah, it's just a matter. He's not very pleased with the effort or execution. He was frustrated after that last basket. The first stretch wasn't great, so he tried to go with a different lineup. That didn't kind of work, so now you go back to the original starting 5 to see if you can kind of get something going offensively.
Missed dunk attempt by Parks, rebounded by Armbruster. Armbruster drives, kicks to the corner to Bierhere. Deflected by Parks, and it's out of bounds. It appears it's going to be a very physical game this afternoon. I almost said tonight, but
yeah, once you've been inside here for 4 hours, you have no idea what time it is.
It's like 3:30.
It's a nice take by Max Alexander.
Great awareness by Max Alexander as he takes it in, and he's able to just get it over the fingertips of Parks. Hancock on the wing. Goes up and just lays it in. Beautiful touch by Hancock as he has 6 points, shooting 2 for 4.
Finally got a basket to go, kind of broke a trend, a little mini run from Northwestern. Now you've got to get a defensive stop.
And the foul's going to be called on Conley. They're going to call it a blocking foul, and the Rangers are going to take it in from the baseline. And the Rangers go back to their own starting 5 as Brown and Young sub in for Hawkins and Bierhere. And that'll take it to the media timeout, and we're going to take it with you. We'll be back here on Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. After this media timeout, it seems like the team is officially, they're talking to each other. It seems like they're trying to reset. How important is it for them to up the energy and continue having astounding effort, even being down 11 points and not living up to, the Tiger basketball we're used to seeing?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you're going to be able to turn it around is to kind of crank up the dial a little bit. So assistant coach Levin Thornton the timeout was called. They're like, come on, get in the huddle. And he's just trying to get them going. And it's just not the same energy that we've seen and or execution, to be honest, from the Tigers on offense or defense.
Young puts one up, rebounded by Burns. Stolen by Hancock. Hancock looking up the court for Flowers and decides not to pass it.
I also think this is a mature enough team that they're not going to panic with 27 minutes left in the game.
Absolutely not. They're 13-1 in the GAC, leading for a reason as Hancock misses the mid-range.
Now, they are not shooting the ball well. We mentioned earlier, now they're 6 of 21 from the field.
Neal bringing the ball down the court on Young. Pass to Conley. Conley looking for a chance on Brown. Hancock drives. Double team to Parks, and the foul is called. They're going to call it for a hit on the arm. I believe it will be on Armbruster.
No, they called that one on Cameron Brown.
Cameron Brown, excuse me. First one goes for Parks.
Yeah, Cameron Brown still looking at the official. He doesn't believe he got any of Parks. That was a tough one to go against Brown. He helped from the backside, but the whistle went against him.
Misses the second. Brown bringing the ball down the floor. Resets with Alexander. And Neal with the steal. Neal looking to go coast to coast. Puts it up, and the foul is called.
Yeah, that's going to be a foul on Brown as well. So that's 2 trips, 2 fouls. You're going to see Neal coming right at your camera. Look on the backside, on the right side. Brown coming in and just kind of reaches right there to scrape down on the wrist of P.J. Neal.
Look at the awareness by P.J. Neal. Just able to try and create space so he has an open lane. Neal's first free throw goes for the day. Second free throw goes as well. They're not shooting bad from the stripes. So
no.
Do you think they'll have an adjustment to try and get the ball in the paint and draw more fouls? I mean,
it could be. 7 of 8 from the free throw line. The Tigers over 80, right at 86%. So, if they can get some field goals to go, you feel a little bit better about this. Now they have cut it to 8, and here comes another steal.
Conley with the steal. Neal bringing it down the court, tries to hit Parks. Comes back to Neal to Flowers. Flowers for the 3. Flowers has 8. Armbruster, the matchup we've been all looking at. Armbruster and Parks. Rebounded by Brown. Brown looking for someone to get it out to, and he hits Alexander. And the foul will be called on Hancock as it seems like he came around back and hit the back of his hand.
8 fouls on Northwestern. It's 6 on Washita now. Both teams in the bonus for the last 5-16.
Burns sinks his first free throw at the line. He's 3 for 3. The Tigers on offense are looking to go 9-0 on this next little run that they have going right now.
They just ended it.
Oh, just ended.
Yep.
My apologies.
It looks good on the stat sheet. They just
looks real nice on the stat sheet.
It's a bit 20 seconds off from real time.
And the way this game has been going as Flowers shoots the 3, no go. Rebounded by Conley. And it's hit out of bounds by Alexander.
Nice hustle by Jackson Conley on the offensive glass to keep Northwestern from securing possession and then knocking it off of a Ranger.
And the ball is stolen by Chris Tippins. He puts one up and he misses. Neal bringing the ball down the court. Crosses through Alexander. Looking to take the ball to the rack. Oh. And the ball is being tipped around. Neal calls a timeout.
Neal got the rebound.
Intelligent.
Yeah, he got the rebound while he was sitting down, called timeout.
And I don't think that's something you'll really ever see. You know, everybody tells you to get the ball when it's up high. Got a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay here.
Yeah, I thought that they're going to want to come look at that replay at some point. They'll probably wait till the under 4 media timeout. But talk about the offensive opportunities that that Ouachita had on that. When you have the three-pointer, then Jackson Conley knocks the rebound out. Ouachita retains possession. Then Parks almost with a monster putback, and then Neal ends up getting the rebound sitting on the ground.
Yeah, it's really important for second chance opportunities, as the Tigers have been really used to them. They have two offensive rebounders who average over 5 rebounds a game. Parks being the main contributor with rebounds and blocks, but then you have Conley who gets 6 rebounds, and then you have Hancock who gets 5. And in every game since I've been here, it's been a month now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're winning the rebound battle, except for their one loss, which is the Oklahoma Baptist, who they have scheduled here within the next couple weeks, and I'm sure they're looking forward to that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounds so far tonight, 8 for Ouachita, 5 for Northwestern Oklahoma. So both teams really crashing the offensive glass.
But take a look at this stat. You have 17 rebounds for Northwestern, and you have 13 total rebounds for the Tigers. Parks to Neal. Conley wide open from the wing. No go. Burns with the rebound. And he's bringing the ball up the court. Kicks to Alexander on the wing. The Rangers' most efficient scorer. Looks to get around. Hits the corner to Burns.
Nice job by Conley of staying in there, not fouling, and getting a hand on the ball.
Oop, to Hancock, and he tips it in. What a pass by Neal. You know, a few games ago, he had 9 assists and 0 turnovers, and, you know, some people can't comprehend how difficult that really is.
Yeah, that was against Henderson State. Had a Mitchell Boulding, who actually, that's a deep shot right there.
And that's another 3 for Alexander.
That was deep. That could have been.
That's a 30-footer. That was very far.
Yep. Now we know he's a scorer, and
Alexander is
made
3 for 4.
For sure.
Neal goes up. Good. Conley, rebound, no good. Gets another offensive rebound. Just talked about how important that was. Hancock for 3. Goes. So Hancock matches a 3-pointer from Alexander. Burns bringing the ball down the court, guarded by Flowers. Looking for a screen. No switch. Foul called. Foul called on Conley, and they're going to get him for a hit on the shot. And that'll take us to our under 4 media timeout. We're going to take a break with y'all. We'll be right back here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at Domino's.com.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Welcome back to the Washita Sports Digital Network. Excuse me, Washita Sports Digital Network.
You've only been here a month. That's why we run that commercial, right?
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying.
It's not a normal name.
I'm trying. At least I don't say it like my mom. My mom says Wichita.
Hey, you know, that's why it's on the commercial, too.
It's on the commercial.
She's not alone. She's not alone.
There's not many Texans at Washita Baptist that I've noticed.
Well,
so I feel
25% of the student body's from Texas.
That's only 25%.
That's only one state.
And?
Well, you just lost that argument. You'll think about it a little bit later.
Probably will. Young scores the second free throw, puts the Rangers up by 7. My point is I just got here. I apologize.
Absolutely.
I just got here.
People who've been here 40 years who still say it funny.
Look at that. I'm learning early.
That's right.
Neal in the paint looking for an opening to Parks. Great find. And he's getting down the court.
He just went right into Jackson Conley. They got beat down the floor. And
they're calling for an official's timeout.
Wipe up some sweat. It was a nice job in transition by Northwestern. Keandre Young, the 6'9" redshirt senior from Dell City, Oklahoma, transfer from Oklahoma Christian University. He got the run out. They got behind Washita. He tried to go right at Jackson Conley to draw a foul, but Conley was retreating. He didn't want to commit the foul. It's a nice basket by Young to respond and get the lead back to 7.
Hancock on the wing. Sees Conley with the one-on-one on Young. Just saw that in the fast break. Hancock at the top of the key. Neal looking to get to the rim. No go.
Nice job defensively by Northwestern. They did not come off of Flowers in the corner that forced Neal to put the high one off the glass.
Yeah, I bet they watched film on Flowers, as he's really known for just shooting corner threes and being able to sink them, as we saw a couple nights ago against Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Well, you'd rather give up a contested 2 than an open 3.
Alexander shoots. Rebounded by Hancock. That's Hancock's first rebound of the game. Hits Conley. Waits for Armbruster to jump, and he takes advantage of the space. Conley has 6. Burns drives, blocked by Parks. And there's a blocking foul called on Conley.
You see, Washita gambled on the pass by the bench, and it just had it's a chain reaction. When you gamble and miss, they get a step on the defender. Someone has to come help. Someone else has to come help. Jackson Conley tried to set up for the charge, just didn't get the whistle.
And that'll be Conley's 3rd foul of the game, as Burns sinks his first free throw, and Trey Smith will come in for Conley. Burns' second free throw spins out of the rim. Is rebounded by Trey Smith. And here comes Neal, top of the key. And it's tipped. And the ref calls Tigers ball.
Northwestern's going to review that one. Northwestern's going to officially challenge that one, and so we'll keep it here. We want to see what this is going to look like. I don't know if I would have risked a timeout in the
Yeah, I think we're going to set up the replay here. Chris Tippins seems to get his hand in there and able to get the ball rolling down the sideline, and him and Hancock were in a battle for it. As you see here on the left side of your screen, who touches it last.
Yeah, what they're going to be looking for is who touched last. You have a touch by Hancock. And see if he ever touches it again. So, yeah, that's going to be, I believe that might be overturned and a successful challenge from Coach Casey. If that'd be my call, but I don't have stripes on. Now they're going to have to look at the time.
If you had stripes on, everybody would be doomed.
Now they're going to have to look and see what the time is.
The refs telling them to stay in their benches, and they're in their huddles. They're looking for a time now. It looks like the call will be overturned.
Yeah, that's a good, successful challenge by Coach Casey. You know that if you challenge a call and you are wrong, you lose your timeout. But I will give props as we pull up their roster, the coaching staff. I believe that was L.J. Lampley, the GA, immediately on the bench said, Coach, you need to review that one. And it looks like that's going to be a successful challenge.
Yeah, GAs are very important in any program, football, basketball, baseball, whatever sport you're thinking of, because they're next up on your coaching staff.
Yep. So
I know this isn't the Saban era anymore, but I guarantee you one of Saban's GAs is at a Power 4 school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being an offensive coordinator or a position coach, making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yep.
So it's a great place to start and build your way up.
Trying to see what they could be.
Maybe looking
maybe
for
with
a
the clock. I'm not sure. So unfortunately, they come over here to look for all this stuff, but they don't tell us. Maybe. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. Yep. All right.
And challenge is successful.
As we thought, the challenge would be successful. It was. And it will be Northwestern Oklahoma State ball with 50 seconds remaining.
And it was a great effort by the two players, Chris Tippins of Houston, Texas, and Devin Hancock, the grad transfer out of Dallas.
Yeah, Tippins Tippins got a hand in that passing lane, knocked it loose, and ended up causing the steal.
And Alexander finishes that layup as he's leading the Rangers with 15 points, 6 for 10 right now, 3 for 5 for 3. Only one turnover. Hancock on the wing, looking for a lane, and he is fouled by Tippins.
Lots of fouls called in this. Well, actually only the 17 now, the way it started. Thought there were going to be quite a few foul trouble for Northwestern Oklahoma State. Cameron Brown does have 3. He's still in. And Jackson Conley for Ouachita has 3.
Hancock shoots the first, and it goes. Both teams are in the bonus. Alexander making his way down the court early. As Hancock sinks his second free throw, Alexander buries himself in the corner. Brown to Alexander, top of the key. It looks like they're going to hold it for a last-second shot. Alexander trying to work on Neal, stole by Flowers. Flowers to P.J. Neal. P.J. Neal shoots the 3 as the buzzer goes, and it does not fall. Great effort by Drew Flowers and P.J. Neal. As your score, Rangers lead 40-34 going into the half. And we're going to go ahead and take a break, kick it to commercial, and we'll be back on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Let Domino's cure your cravings by ordering online, calling us at 246-3131, or dropping by and seeing us on Pine Street in Arkadelphia. Join Domino's Rewards and begin earning rewards in just 2 visits. Check out our $6.99 mix and match and make the whole family happy. You might as well throw in a stuffed crust pizza, a sandwich, pasta, stuffed cheesy bread while you're at it. Check out other deals on our app or at domino's.com.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
At Knight Insurance Professionals, we offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia, 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college, and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of their Chicken E sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Welcome back to the Washita Sports Digital Network. I'm Jordan Green, your play-by-play commentator. And the Rangers lead the home team Tigers 40-34 out. The fouls are a bit close, 9-8, as the Rangers started off on 5-0. Taking a look at some halftime stats, the Northwestern Oklahoma State Rangers dominate in shooting percentage, as I see right here, shooting 14 for 25 in the first half, shooting over 50%, which is highly difficult to do. In the three-pointer, they're shooting exactly 50%, and then you look on the other side, the Washita Baptist Tigers are shooting 3 for 10, but they're 9 for 10 on free throws, so I think that needs to be an emphasis, get into the paint and doing what they have to do there. 11 for 34 on field goal attempted, 32%. Not good. They've been able to limit turnovers and get points off of turnovers. But as we see here, Northwestern Oklahoma State, total rebounds 19, Washita 18. It's a very close game. But Northwestern, despite only giving the ball up 10 times, the Washita Baptist Tigers have seemed to not take advantage of those opportunities. It's a bit the same. They're emphasizing points in the paint, and with that being 18-14, only being outscored by 4 for the Tigers. Fast break points, not very many. We're looking at 2-4. Northwestern Oklahoma State only has 2 fast break points to Washita's 4. And a big emphasis, I believe, is the Tigers need to work on securing rebounds and getting second chance points whenever the opportunity is available to them. Take a look at some notable players. Max Alexander hasn't surprised anyone with his performance, as he's been shooting the lights out, shooting 60%, 3 for 5. If I can see here, Christian Parks is also dominating, as well as Devin Hancock. Nothing surprising there, Mr. Consistent. But that'll be all for our halftime show presented by Domino's. We're going to kick it back to commercial. We'll be back here in a little bit through the Watchtower Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
At Ouachita, we're excited to partner with the Arkansas Baptist Foundation, which offers many benefits to alumni and friends, and we want to tell you about one of those.
I'm Dylan McClain, a proud alumni, and I serve as the Vice President and Attorney at the Arkansas Baptist Foundation. The foundation proudly serves as Ouachita's planned giving partner, so if you're considering leaving a legacy gift or want to explore other charitable giving options, we'd love to guide you through that process. If you'd like to learn more about how you can invest in the next generation of Ouachita students, please contact us using the information below.
Go Tigers!
Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler CPA is a longtime supporter of the Arkadelphia Public School District. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler has established a reputation for providing clients with outstanding services that include auditing, accounting, and tax and business consulting. Contact Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler today at 870-246-4563 or by visiting them at 305 Professional Park Drive in Arkadelphia. Turner, Rogers, Manning & Plyler says, Go Badgers! Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, bats and signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, bats and signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, bats and sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
OSDN is Ouachita Student Sports Media Program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. The Tigers will come out with the ball at half. Taking a look at some halftime stats a little bit more into depth. Max Alexander, 15 points. Got to figure out a way to stop him. He's shooting the lights out. He's able to get to the rim, put the ball over in front of the rim, and get it in the goal. Offensively, I think the Tigers just need to get more points in the paint.
Well, and you look at the defense, look at that field goal and field goal percentage for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 14 of 25 for 56% shooting from the field. On the season, they're averaging 43.6. So they're having a good day. That could go one of two ways. You could continue, or Ouachita hopes that the law of averages plays out and they kind of quote-unquote come back down to earth. But you can't hope that that's going to happen. You have to force that to happen defensively because Northwestern Oklahoma State in the first half took advantage of a ton of opportunities.
Absolutely, they picked up the not normal
the 50,
personality
50
on defense,
and
they definitely took advantage of it. Would love to see how the Tigers come out in this second half as Conley has it at the top of the key on Young. Looks for a scoop. Doesn't fall. Brown taking the ball up the court for Neal. Up against Neal. Excuse me. Alexander at the top of the key. He has 15. Armbruster working on Parks. No. Hancock bring the ball down the court on Brown. Neal spins, hits Parks, lays it in. Nice right hook from Parks, stolen from Flowers. Flowers bring the ball down the court, hits Neal. Neal has a wide open lane. Picked up by Young in the middle of the layup. Rebounded by Brown as he brings the ball down the court.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for the Tigers. Needed to capitalize on that steal from Flowers. Northwestern's trying to push it in transition. Flowers got the steal. Neal just a little bit too strong on the backside.
Brown loses his handle, finds Armbruster as he just lays it in over the side of the rim.
That is a tremendous pass from Cameron Brown, laying down and just being able to thread the needle to that block where Armbruster was.
Great pass, great accuracy. Parks on Armbruster, hits Neal in the corner. Doesn't fall, rebounded by Conley. Conley goes up off the glass, and it just bounces out from east to west on the rim.
Yeah, it's not a great shooting day for the Tigers. Getting good looks, and it feels like nothing is going right. And you look up, you're down by 6, maybe 9 if this goes, but no. And so, as bad as it has gone for the Tigers, it's still a 2-point game.
Alexander airballs a 3-point try. Hancock works his way to the paint, gets his own rebound, out to Neal. Neal to Hancock in the corner, working on Armbruster. Foul called.
Flowers was ready to try to get this one.
And things are getting a little physical.
We got
look at the... It appears Armbruster walking to the other end of the block, bumps Parks after he fouls him, trying to tap the ball, trying to do the little behind tap to get the ball loose.
All right, so double technical fouls, Armbruster and Hancock. Gavin Snyder will come into the game. So after that little kerfuffle in the middle of the lane, you have double technicals on Armbruster of Northwestern Oklahoma State and Hancock for Ouachita.
The fog of war is starting to settle in, and it needs to be cleared out. Flowers on the wing, kicks to Snyder. Snyder working on Alexander. Hancock shoots the 3, no. Rebounded by Conley. Stolen by Alexander, kicks it to Armbruster. Armbruster hop, step, and a layup, and they're going to call that a travel.
The hop and an extra step. It was a nice move by the big guy, coming over the top of Hancock, trying to get a good look at that 6'5" guard forward from Atlanta.
He was trying to go from Philadelphia, Arkansas to Atlanta, Georgia on that traveling violation. Hits Hancock to Snyder. Snyder brings it to the top of the key. Back to Flowers, who has a 22-point game. Shoots the 3, and it rims out. And they're going to call a foul on Christian Parks. It appears his hand got tangled up as Armbruster was fighting for the rebound. Defensively, do you try something new, or do you hold it? They haven't scored.
Yeah,
They've done fine.
Fine. It's not the defense now. Northwestern had some success offensively in the first half. You just can't get anything to go offensively. 12 of 42 from the field for 28.6% for Ouachita. They're getting good looks and just not getting things to go.
Young shoots the 3, almost gets the shooter's roll. They're to the races. Here's Flowers, lays it in. Flowers has 10, 4 for 7 from the field. Young, pump fake, takes it in himself, returns the favor.
Northwestern has done a really nice job of answering quickly. Coach Casey on the bench, as soon as Ouachita scored, he's telling them to push. They're catching Ouachita not being able to get up, get back and set up their half-court defense, and that's where they've been so successful this year.
Snyder shoots and bangs the three. Snyder, that is his second attempt of the night, of the afternoon. My apologies.
If anybody's watching in Europe, it's not.
And Alexander holding the back of his neck as Snyder kicks to the corner to Flowers. Flowers looking to work, stolen by Brown. It's a fight. Burns goes for the blocked by Parks. A scramble for the ball.
Felt like they just had to, it seems like they felt like they just had to blow the whistle at some time to stop things.
There was a big
it's a media timeout, Jordan. It's probably a good time for it here. You see that last block by Parks. Man, he got up high.
He can just elevate, but we'll talk about that when we come back on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network after this media timeout, presented by Taylor King Law.
OSDN is Ouachita's student sports media program in the Rogers Department of Communications. OSDN brings over 100 Tiger Home athletic events and other content to your devices each school year. OSDN is funded by advertising and generous gifts from supporters. If you'd like to support the students of OSDN through a tax-deductible donation, visit obu.edu/give and indicate OSDN in the provided field. If your business would like to advertise on an OSDN broadcast, email us at osdn@obu.edu. Thanks for watching, and go Tigers!
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Ouachita. Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
Ouachita. Ouachita.
How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. We're going to take a look at that replay, and Parks' head is hitting the rim on that.
I don't know if our camera on the other side of that was zoomed in on, but other end of the floor was zoomed in to see how high he was. But, you know, we talked about that in the pregame show, the block he had Thursday night against Southwestern Oklahoma State, and that one as well. He could just get up.
Just an athlete. And I was talking to one of his teammates. He's in my Bible intern class, Tyler Bell, as Alexander sinks the first free throw. Tyler Bell called him an alien. Apparently, he reps 245 like it was nothing. Previously, he was
bench.
on bench. And he hadn't gone over 135 in 3 months. Alexander misses the second as Parks gets the rebound.
He's a gifted athlete who can get up and affect shots, whether he blocks them or not.
Just a scary presence to have there in the paint on defense. Trey Smith looking for a lane. Out to Flowers. Flowers shoots the three. Doesn't fall. Great rebound by Parks. Snyder doesn't go. Rebounded by Alexander. Alexander looking to push the ball up the court. Stolen by Hancock. Hancock slip, falls. Armbruster slams it in. Unfortunate sequence there for the Tigers as the lead goes back up to 6.
Yeah, Hancock had a steal and was taking off and slipped and fell, and Armbruster was the beneficiary of that one, and he just picked it up and threw it down.
Snyder hits Trey Smith in the short corner and is just short. Brown tempoing the ball up the court. Brown has 2 points, 1 for 1 with 2 assists. Their leading scorer from the wing, and foul is called on Devin Hancock.
It's going to be his second personal foul, so you look at the foul situation.
And we got a sub in, Ryder McConnell coming in for Hancock.
You know, foul situation for Ouachita, the stats have Conley with 4 fouls. I missed the fourth. I thought he went to the bench with 3.
Yeah, I thought he went to the bench
He went to the bench
well.
in the
He
first
must have
half with
picked
3,
one
and he
up.
picked one up here in the first 5 minutes of the second quarter, or second half.
Parks on Armbruster. Beautiful touch over the basket. Armbruster has 10. Snyder set to bring the ball up the floor on Alexander. McConnell to Flowers. Blocking foul called.
Yeah, that's a big foul. That is the 4th on Cameron Brown.
And Coach Casey is talking to the GA that set up that replay, and it looks like Deer and Beer Hooray is going to come pick him up.
Shooting for Washington for 12, True Flowers.
Flowers makes his first free throw. First set of free throws of the day. Takes a patience approach. And it pays off. Sinks the second. Alexander. And here comes the full court pressure. Trapped at half court. McConnell guarding Burns. Armbruster throws the elbow at Parks, working in the paint. Doesn't go. Young gets the rebound. And he's able to finish over the rim. Snyder gets the ball stripped from him, hits the corner. McConnell, the dangerous three-point shooter, is fouled.
Yeah, he got fouled on before he landed. There's a good contest by Keandre Young, but just got a little bit too much up into the grill of Ryder McConnell.
McConnell comes off the bench as a three-point threat.
He's only been to the free throw line 7 times this season.
And he makes his first of 3. Little shooter's touch.
That's right.
Can't go wrong with the shooter's touch. Sinks the second. Looking to go 3 for 3 here on the free throw line.
I don't want to say it, but 10 of 10 on the year now.
3 for 3.
Waiting till he made all 3 of them.
I was wondering why you kept looking over at him.
I was McConnell 10 of 10 from the free throw line now on the season. Those are a big 3. It's a 2-possession game.
You have 2 energetic players going up against each other with Alexander and Snyder. Young at the top of the key looking for Armbruster. Flowers scrambling for the ball, gets it out to Trey Smith. Trey Smith bringing it back on the other end of the court. Hits Flowers at the top of the key. Flowers looking for some room to work. Great pass by Trey Smith as Parks finishes with the touch over the side of the rim.
We have a stop. We don't have a timeout here. We got a. They're going to let Armbruster come off. That was a stop for an injury as Armbruster comes off. Looks like
he's grabbing his knee.
Looks like maybe a cramp. I hope. You hope. You never want to see anybody with an injury.
You gotta pray for those injuries.
Yeah, it's not nothing bad. We hope, but Armbruster was able to get off the bench coming into the game.
Justin Morris.
Yeah, they lose 6-5, and they gain someone on the floor 2 inches taller.
And guess how tall he is?
Nope.
Crichton Parks with the slam. The score is now 51-50 with a ferocious slam by Parks. Goes to show the elevation that he has. And the whole gym is chanting defense in support of the Tigers. Trey Smith picks up Alexander, goes for a Euro, and they call a foul.
Yeah, the Euro step, that left and then going to the right, brought him right into the Ouachita defender, Trey Smith.
These free throws are set to possibly end the 7-0 run that the Tigers have going on right now over the last minute. And it doesn't fall for Alexander. He's 1 for 3 now on free throws for the evening.
82.4% free throw shooter. He's been to the line 165 times before today's game.
Goes 1 for 2 on that trip.
That's a victory for Ouachita. You send him to the line, you expect him to hit both of them.
Now you only have to get a bucket in the paint to tie. You shoot a 3, now you're in the lead instead of it being tied as Snyder hits the nasty spin move, kicks to the corner to McConnell, doesn't go, and Alexander comes up with the rebound as Snyder is playing full court defense. Looks for a foul on the push there. Alexander playing a tempo-styled offense right now. Shoots the 3, doesn't go for the lefty. Rebounded by Flowers. Flowers looking for her entry. Stolen by Norris.
Yeah, he just lost the handle on that one.
And here comes Trey Smith. Trey Smith looking to get in the paint on Young. Snyder at the wing. Shoots the 3. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Darren Bierhere.
The shots that have fallen all season just aren't going in big spots for the Tigers.
And then it's just an east to west battle with the left and the right side of the rim.
Coach Casey was not happy with that look. Just not the best look from Kenny Burns on that possession. You had a chance to respond and kind of get it back to a 2-possession lead. Instead, you give Ouachita another chance to tie or take the lead.
Flowers looking for a lane to drive in. Foul called on Darren Bierhere. Flowers is going to go on to shoot his 3rd and 4th free throw. And a full timeout is called. So we're going to go to commercial, and we'll be right back here with Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up.
We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
Hello, I'm Brett Rogers, President of Capital Technology Group. You might know us as Capital Business Machines, but our new name represents our growth as one of the state's leaders in business technology. When you've been around for 80 years like we have, you learn a thing or two about change. But what will never change is our commitment to our clients. We're still the same reliable team here to meet all your technology needs. Capital Technology Group is bigger and better than ever before. Learn more at captg.com.
Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. As we saw during the break, Armbruster set to come back to help the Rangers out as they have no field goals over the last 3 minutes.
It's good to see Armbruster back in the game. He had to prove to the trainer that he was ready to go. The athletic trainer said, He went over and did some jumps, some exercises, said, yep. She said, yeah, you're good. Get back in the game.
It appears that it must have been a cramp. And they're taking a look to see who he's subbed in for.
Yeah,
there he is.
He came in before the timeout, which is confusing for, especially if you come in and just kind of tap. He tapped and then went back to the huddle before they saw him. So they were able to let him. He still is shaking that right knee out. So don't know if he's 100% confident in it, but good to see Armbruster back in the game.
First free throw goes for Flowers. 3 for 3 from the line. And the second one short. 3 for 4.
I'll let Crew take that one up with you. Good kick.
Shot by Burns, doesn't go. Rebound by Young. Stripped by Flowers, but a foul will be called.
Flowers called for coming down on the arms of Young. You're going to see here on the kick out, Coach Nutt was frustrated that his team didn't block out. Nobody blocked out Young coming in, and then right after that we had to come back for the free throw, but Drew Flowers got called for coming down on the arm. And you know, most of the time you're going to end up getting called for that if you hack down quickly when the player's going up.
Both free throws go for Young. Score sits at 54-51. Snyder brings the ball down the court, up on Alexander. Couple dribble handoffs, and Flowers now dribbling the ball, and it's a turnover.
Nice job by Young of knocking the ball out of Flowers' hands, and it went off his knee. You go up with that one-leg layup, your right knee is going to go up. That ball knocked off of his knee and out of bounds.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate as basketball players, you go up for that layup, and that ball can fly off of your knee sometimes. Alexander finds Burns on Hancock. Swings, hits Beer Hooray. Back to Alexander. He shoots. Air ball. And it's going to say Rangers ball. The official says it was out on Parks.
I was watching Alexander on the shot, and you can tell when a shooter knows that it's on target or off, and he started leaning as soon as he shot that one.
Yeah, it's just a touch that you feel when you got it or you don't. And they're going to call the wraparound on Armbruster.
Yeah. They said he got the left arm around Christian Parks. We were not in a great angle to be able to see that because it came on that, through the body. But
Armbruster, a very physical player, as we've seen down in the paint.
Third foul on Armbruster.
McConnell hits Smith. Does not go. Alexander pushing the ball down the court, looking for numbers. Hits Young. Young shoots it quickly. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Hancock. Hancock gets stolen by Armbruster. Stolen by McConnell. There's a tussle for the ball, and it's going to stay Rangers ball.
I think I've seen more times today where a team has the ball, gets a defensive stop, and then just turns it right back over. That time it was Ouachita, but we've seen Ouachita on the receiving end of several of those as well. 8 turnovers for the Tigers, 18 turnovers for Northwestern Oklahoma State.
And despite the amount of chances they've had, Northwestern Oklahoma State is still 0 for 5, 1 for 7 of the last 7.
Yeah,
and Coach Nutt.
They didn't miss the call, though, because unless they said he didn't have his feet in the air. There's no line unless you establish possession in the front court.
And another foul was called.
I would like to see if we have a replay of that to look.
Let's
now,
take a look.
It's only a backcourt if he catches it. Well, we didn't have it. Yeah, so that half-court line is invisible on an inbounds play. Where it gets tough, Coach Nutt explaining to Leslie, the official, that he caught it in the front court and went over to the back court. But I think what happened was officials weren't expecting that. I don't know if any official was that far back, so you're not going to be able to have a good judge of where they caught it compared to where they took a step.
Burns sinks the first free throw. They are in the bonus. Burns sinks the second, goes 2 for 2 from the line. Snyder set to bring the ball down for the Tigers. A dribble handoff and a swing later, and Trey Smith has the ball. Working on Young, stolen. And it's going to be Rangers ball. A little cleanup duty. So there's appears to be a little bit of sweat on the floor, and P.J. Neal is going to sub in for McConnell. Brown guarded by Snyder. Brown has just 2 points, but 4 fouls. Young, top of the key, shoots, no go. Rebounded by Flowers. Coming up the court, the Blinn Community College product. Back to Neal. Parks shoots a 3. Doesn't touch anything. Rebounded by Burns. Here comes Young down the court. Nice little reverse layup with a spinning touch off the glass for Young. Young has 18 points. The Rangers are on a 6-0 run right now. Tigers looking to end it.
Missed the last 4 field goal attempts. The official didn't even see it.
Armbruster rebounding and fighting for his life down in the paint all game. And Brown lays it in. Here's Snyder on the wing on Brown. Finds Trey Smith. Trey Smith to PJ Neal. Neal, dirty spin move, hits Parks. Parks gets fouled, but it rolls off the front of the rim.
Yeah, it's just not falling for the Tigers. The shots that normally fall are just not falling. Media timeout.
And we're going to go into our second media timeout. We'll be back here on the Watchtower Sports Digital Net. Oh, we're going to stay right here and take a look at this replay real quick. And we see the elbow to the ribs from Armbruster to Snyder.
That's what had Coach Nutt. But if you go back, let's run it again. I think one of the problems is, let's run that. You're going to see the official who's in front of the Ouachita bench. He's going to have already turned forward and started looking up. Okay, well, maybe not. He was looking right at it. He's just kind of blocked by Armbruster, I guess. But regardless, play on.
If I'm seeing correctly, Coach Thornton.
Yeah, Coach Thornton talking to the official. He's just trying to explain to them what they. And a lot of times they'll come back. You know, they'll ask to look at that. They'll ask to look at that. You know, review it during a break. We've had that before, but no such look. Kind of get a little game reset.
Yeah,
6:54 left. Both teams are in the 1-1 as 7 fouls have been called against both teams. 3 timeouts left for Northwestern Oklahoma State. 2 timeouts for Ouachita. The possession arrow is with the Rangers.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Nutt, I'm telling the officials to watch out because he's been doing it all game.
Well, coaches tell officials a lot of stuff that they probably go in one ear, out the other. I would say, I don't know about all game, but I think that one, if they had seen it, they might have looked at it, but nobody saw it.
Parks set to shoot his second set of free throws of the game. First one off the back rim and out.
Just not shooting well from the field today. Ouachita 16 of 54, 29.6%.
That's one of the keys of the game that I noted down. Just have to shoot better as a basketball team. They have to bring the consistency and the efficiency from the other night when they shot almost 50% as a team.
And that's their season average, 46.7% from the field. This is an anomaly. It's not gone down. We do see Jackson Conley. He was been out for a lot of the second half in foul trouble. He has 4 fouls.
Young shimmy shoots.
Boy, Young
doesn't fall.
He had about 8 or 9 inches on Gavin Snyder.
PJ Neal finishes strong on the rim.
It's a good 4-point swing for the Tigers. You expect Young to try to back Snyder down. He went for the fadeaway. Ouachita gets a basket in transition with Neal.
And Snyder is just hard to be an offensive scorer against him just because of the effort and the energy that he brings on defense. Alexander on Neal. Conley on Armbruster. And that's a charge. Heads up play by Connolly, big time risk.
You're going to see it. Conley's playing with 4 fouls. And now we have a technical foul on the Northwestern Oklahoma State acting head coach. So you have the foul on Armbruster.
And that is Armbruster's 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
There you see in the screen, the coach got in the ear just a little bit too much. And
these are the refs that won't be having it.
Well, I mean, in a 2-possession game, when your team is on the road against the conference leader and they've struggled, you're giving them opportunities for points.
Crew Flowers at the line, sinks the first. The Fort Worth, Texas product had a 22-point game on Thursday, and he hasn't slowed down as he hits his second and gets up to 15, shooting 4 for 8 from the field and 4 for 5 from the free throw. Do not blame me for bringing up that he was 100%.
There you
2
go.
shots ago. Please do not.
Armbruster and Brown both have 4 fouls. Armbruster with 12 points.
And this is where you can take advantage of that missing offensive piece. As Neal converts the and one, and he's going to go to the line.
Yep. Now Coach Casey's going to take a second. He senses that all of the momentum has shifted to the other end of Bill Vining Arena, and he's going to take a full timeout.
And we're going to take it with him. We'll be right back here with Tiger Basketball on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Owned by Ouachita alumni, Java Primo Coffee House, Cafe, and more in downtown Arkadelphia is a must-stop for everyone. Stop by in the morning for fresh coffee, a specialty coffee drink, or a full breakfast. Come back at lunch, or in the evening for burgers like the Primo Burger, the pulled pork burger, or the mac and cheese burger. Maybe it's a salad, a wrap, a quesadilla, or one of our varieties of pizza. And don't forget to top it off with a sweet treat that puts the cherry on top of a great meal. That's Java Primo on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia.
Go Tigers! Go Tigers!
At Berry & Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry & Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry & Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
Welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. And we see a momentum shift here by your home team Tigers as the fans and the team rally around.
Yeah, made a little run, 7-0 the last minute at 11. We go back to the charging foul committed by, or called on Armbruster, and then the technical foul. It was 60-54 at that moment. Just kind of mark that one down. If it ends up being the momentum continues with the Tigers, you can go back to that. Northwestern Oklahoma State will try to do what it can to kind of stop some of this momentum. The Tigers now on an 8-0 run.
And P.J. Neal sinks that free throw. Brown bringing the ball down the court.
Madeline Tipton walking in front of us, thought she might share some of her LP.
And there's a foul called on Flowers.
That's what Northwestern needed. They needed to get to the basket, try to get a foul so you go to the free throw line and try to get some of those points. Keandre Young, a 73% free throw shooter on the year coming into today's game. 38 of 52 at the line before today's game.
Off the front of the rim.
They just need one to go down. They just need one to kind of, you have an opportunity, you have to take advantage of it. Young missed the first. He can kind of settle things down with a make here, and he does.
So the score is 61-59 as Snyder brings the ball down the court with 5.5 minutes to go. Flowers to Conley, back to Parks, finding the point guard. Nice cut by Conley. Conley goes up, draws the foul, and one.
That was a tremendous set. I don't know if we can go back and watch that play from camera 1, but you have a backside pass, and watch Conley cut right back door, got across behind the defender Young. Nice up and under ball fake, got it to go. There's a nice cut from the backside to the near side block.
Not only that, but you saw the patience from Conley at the rim, knowing that he was bound to get Young to jump and try to interfere with the basket, but it didn't matter.
That is the first lead of the game for Ouachita. The last time we were even tied was at the 25-second mark.
Blocked by Parks, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Ranger ball.
Ooh. That was a volleyball.
Let's take a look at that replay. Alexander drives, and look at him just get up. An alien indeed. Another block by Parks. PJ Neal takes off, and there's a foul called.
Crew Flowers
is
down. At the bottom of your screen, he kind of got caught up, tangled with in transition. He was holding his ankle.
Let's take a look at the block by Parks as he just gets up, gets the second block in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And Flowers is up as he jogs to the bench, and it seems that he's okay. Just turned his ankle a little bit. He's visiting the trainer.
Jordan. 3 blocks for Parks tonight, too, on the last couple of possessions.
And the ball rims out on PJ Neal's first free throw. But 3 blocks for Parks. You see in the middle of your screen there, Flowers is going to go do some ankle mobility exercises to get that ankle back to normal so he can come back and finish this game strong. Brown set to bring the ball down the floor. The Tigers are on 11-0 run, or 11-1 run over the last 2 minutes.
Trying to set up something to use a high screen and roll. Ouachita does a good job. They have to go to the secondary look.
Alexander pulls. Kicks to Neal down the court. Neal looking to take it on Brown. Misses.
And
it's going to be Tiger ball.
Yeah, that's a very nice job. He's ready to possibly challenge that one if Brown gives Coach Casey the signal. But that was a tremendous job by Cameron Brown of going at Neal and then pulling back, giving Neal the impression that he was going to kind of contest that shot. It kind of threw Neal off a little bit.
Snyder hits Hancock. Excuse me. Here's Hancock in the corner. Not the corner, the wing. He's going to take it all the way, get fouled, and convert and one. That is 3 and ones in the row. You got PJ Neal, Conley, and now Hancock.
Let's go back and watch this one. You're going to see a black screen right now, but Northwestern Oklahoma knew what was coming. His teammate called out the screen. They just didn't hedge enough and help, and that was right in front of our angles. So we saw Hancock be able to use that screen, and nobody was there on the backside. It was decent communication on the front end, just not on the back end, and Hancock went to the basket. The backside had to come help, and it committed the foul.
And he converts the and one. It's 66-61.
14-1 run. Now it's a 15-1 run over the last 3 minutes for the Tigers.
And the Tigers have not looked back. Alexander seems to be in rush mode, and he hits the ground. They're gonna call.
All right, now I think we can go back to this replay and kind of watch it from camera 1 of this set that Hancock's going to use the screen. Hancock's going to use the screen. Watch, no help on the backside. That was Justin Norris just didn't. He went too far over, allowed Hancock to go to the basket.
Absolutely, and as you see the official, talking.
Alexander's trying to get on a couple of possessions earlier. There was a three-pointer to the right in front of the Northwestern Oklahoma State bench. It was closely contested by Ouachita. Alexander thought he was fouled. He's asking the official about it, and the official looks to be explaining that when he landed, he didn't land straight down. He looked like he went forward either with his foot or when he landed.
Yeah, it looked like he hit the floor just a little late.
I was expecting a whistle.
Oh, no, for sure.
The official was looking right at it. He put his 3 fingers up and then started shaking his head when the Northwestern bench.
Yeah, he kind of gave him a look. I could tell when they weren't going to call it because he went up and he dropped, and the ref was holding up his fingers, and he was like, "What are you doing?"
He was shaking his head like, "No, that's not a foul." I thought this could have been a whistle, but it was not. Jordan, you look back. This is the last media timeout. We talked about some of the other things going on. The Ouachita baseball team in its opening weekend got a win today to go 2-0 on the weekend. Defeated University of Arkansas Fort Smith 13-10. A little bit different than yesterday's game when the Tigers won 2-1. So they'll be back in action a beautiful Sunday afternoon tomorrow at Rob Rogers Field. It's 2 7-inning games that are set to start at noon. Originally a 1 o'clock start, but because they'd lost so many games already this season, they agreed to play 2 7 innings. We'll have those on OSDN as well.
Max Alexander set to shoot his 5th and 6th free throw of the afternoon. He has 17 points, shooting 6 for 15, and he sinks the first. Take a look at the leading scorer for the evening, being Keandre Young with 19 points, shooting 60%, going 6 for 10, 2 for 5 from 3, 5 for 6 from free throw. And Alexander swishes both of his free throws. So P.J. Neal's going to bring the ball up the court. 66-63 is your score, with the Tigers leading, looking to not turn back on the momentum that they have. Neal on Norris, gets tipped, and Snyder's just going to let it roll out of bounds.
Nice job by getting a hand in the passing lane to knock that one. That would have been thrown down thunderously by Parks. A couple of final scores already. Southwestern Oklahoma State defeated Henderson State 75-63 across the street at the Duke Wells Center. East Central defeated Arkansas Monticello 75-56. That was at the Steelman Fieldhouse in Monticello. We'll check the other 4 games as well. Oklahoma Baptist is at Arkansas Tech, Southern Nazarene is at Harding.
Snyder set to pass the ball in, and it looks he gets to Conley. Conley spins, back tap, stolen. Alexander bringing the ball down the floor, and a foul is going to be called on P.J. Neal as Alexander's holding his knee, slow to get up.
Wait, he called 1 or 2? Yeah.
Oh, never mind. They called it on Christian Parks. My apologies.
Yeah, he said Neal had ball. He said Christian Parks had contact. Now, whether that was the case or not, you look at the foul situation. P.J. Neal had only had 1. That's the second on Parks. Alexander with 19 points so far, came in averaging 22.7. So right at his season average. And if he makes that free throw, means this is the most points that Ouachita has given up in a GAC game so far this season.
There's still hope.
That was it. The first one was 64. The previous was 63. That happened twice. You could kind of tell at the beginning of this game that it will be a little bit more scoring than Ouachita had normally given up.
And Parks walks.
Yeah, I think he was fine if he had controlled it after the first, but then the second bobble kind of got him a little bit.
Yeah, he just had to stay on his pivot. Brown bringing the ball down the court for the Rangers.
Rangers are 2 of their last 12 field goal attempts. They've missed their last 4. They've been helping themselves at the free throw line.
Shot by Young. Doesn't fall. Hancock with the rebound. He's pushing it up the floor. It's Conley. Conley on the other side of the rim lays it in, and it's 68-64. Brown set to bring the ball down for the Rangers, and Coach Casey is telling them to slow down. Drive by Burns. Conley playing it safe. 68-66. Tigers are up 2. Both teams in the double bonus going 10 for 10 on fouls.
Possession arrow still with the Rangers.
Shot by Hancock, doesn't go. Rebounded by Young. Kicks it to Alexander. Alexander looking for a lane. Hits Barnes off the left side of the rim and out.
Neither team has been able to hit the big shot when they need it. Ouachita, that happened several times. Northwestern could have used that one to give themselves the lead. They just didn't get it to go.
PJ Neal with the ball on the wing. Gets a screen from Parks, but they hedge. Hits Conley. Conley goes up, and it hits off the right side of the rim. And the foul is called.
And that's going to be Conley's fifth.
And they're going to get Conley for a hold. That'll be his fifth foul. Conley fouls out with 11 points. Going 4 for 14 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-pointer, 3 for 3 from the free throws. 8 rebounds on the game, as one of the very few games he out-rebounds Parks at the moment. Good sign to see. Crew Flowers steps back in the game for Conley. Norris misses his first.
Norris, a 74% free throw shooter on the season, only been to the line 27 times.
Flowers looks to be walking around just fine. Might have taped that ankle up for the remainder of the game. And he misses his second. Neal brings the ball down on Alexander. Looking to work. Off the glass, and it goes in. Tough finish by PJ Neal.
Coach Nutt was trying to call a quick timeout, but the officials didn't see him before Northwestern was able to get the ball in bounds.
Alexander, mid-range, from about 15 feet out. And they're going to call the foul on Burns.
Well, they call the foul on Burns, and that's another one where I could have seen a jump ball. Instead, they've been consistent on those last two. Here you see with the rebound.
I think when he was trying to turn, you can't
there's
hold.
a lot of
and a little unnecessary action right there
pull,
after the call.
A little pull by Burns and a little yank by Parks. I think that was probably a good job by the official of just settling and say, hey, both of you, just settle down.
So with 1:21 left, Parks will take his 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Northwestern is just cold at the end of the game.
Parks is
one of their last 8 from the field.
Get this, Parks 2 rebounds away from a double-double. And Coach Nutt is going to call a timeout. And we're going to keep it here as it's a 30-second timeout called by Coach Nutt. So with the score being 72-66, the defensive approach, how do you think Coach Nutt, situates his men out of this huddle?
Well, they've given up 66 points today, which, I mentioned earlier, just for stat geeks like myself, that's the most they've given up in conference play. But very similar to that ECU game, they gave a lot up in early chunks of the game. Now they just have to rely on their defense. They're to the point now where if you're able to get a stop, as we see Hancock coming in transition and Conley getting the reverse layup, you're at a point now where your defense can win you the game. If you get some stops, you win. You don't have to score. Your defense can win you the game. That's a good thing for the Tigers. I'm sure that Coach Nutt was trying to get a defensive philosophy, make sure everybody's on the same page during that timeout.
And Armbruster.
They're also, sorry to interrupt you, Armbruster is out, but they're also going to put a little pressure, not just let Northwestern throw the ball in and not have to waste, get the clock going before half court.
Like you said, Armbruster is out, continues to sit on the end of that Rangers bench. Brown bringing the ball down the court. Is at the big. Burns, Euro step to Norris. Norris shoots the 3. Air ball. Rebounded by Hancock. Hancock looking away to get it out.
Rangers, one of their last 9. And now they're having to foul.
And Snyder makes the three-pointer after the whistle from 34.
Yeah, little wry smile from Gavin there as the crowd kind of
I don't think he was expecting to make that. He just threw it up.
I know this is your first year. Gavin Snyder has had at least 2 4-point plays in his time in his first 2 seasons. They were both right in front of where Coach Nutt, just to the left of your screen where Crew Flowers just came in, about 25-foot shots right in front of the bench. 2 4-point plays right in front of your bench in a close game. There's almost nothing better than that.
The whole team will corral together and lift you up as you execute that 4-point play, and that's off of P.J. Neal's chest, and it's going to remain Rangers ball with 55 seconds left.
Quick hands by P.J., but his momentum and the ball's momentum were going the same way, and just kind of hit him right when now Gavin Snyder flashes. Just the quickness, Jordan. Like he went from the elbow to the sideline before the pass was able to be made and completed.
I think he took off as the pass was going out, and he was able to get there before the pass got there.
Good read. Oh, that's deep, too.
Deep three, Alexander, and it goes. The Rangers are going to apply pressure and foul Hancock.
That was a deep three from Alexander, and the Rangers really need that because now you're back in it. You get a basket there. It's a 4-point game. You get a missed free throw. Look how deep he is. Decent contest by Snyder, except he had to start it with his hands down.
Looks like a 29-footer from Alexander, and this whole game it seems like he's just been known to making those deep threes. First shot by Hancock. First free throw goes.
Coach Casey instructing his guys to foul quickly, so they're going to put Washington off the line and make them win it at the free throw line. Still a 2-possession game. It was quiet in that gym, Jordan.
Yeah, we had to whisper a little bit. I got a little nervous. I don't want anybody to hear me over here. Alexander goes up, and it's good.
Only 2 timeouts left. They're not going to use timeouts, but they got a foul, and there's the foul. That was close to being a 5-second violation.
Well,
they called the foul before the ball was inbounded.
It seems Hancock was getting double teamed, but they were holding him, preventing him from getting the ball. But right in front of us, we had Gavin Snyder, who was somewhat wide open. You think that's a bait to try and get that long pass, or do you think that's just an outlet?
I mean, if you throw it that far, you have to put some air under it. I don't want to talk at all. It's like I feel like when we're at the
seems
free
like
throw,
you're in a library
or a golf course.
No, I'm going to talk on a golf course. Absolutely.
I don't know if there is there a place where you won't talk? I know it's not class.
No,
that was good.
Definitely not. You're funny.
That's deeper.
That's a dad joke from the 48-year-old as Hancock looks like Parks getting off the ground there.
Oh.
You think we're getting a dunk from P.J. Neal there?
I don't know. He would have either gotten 2 points, or if he had a teammate crashing for the backside, a fun oop to end it. But regardless, that's the 5th foul on Cameron Brown. You know, defensively, the Tigers have given up points, but they did a nice job on Cameron Brown. 4 points on the night.
They sure did. It seems like him and Alexander are the duo that they really rely on, as Alexander, once again, it's a little deja vu. He has 25 points, the exact amount that he had the first time that they saw the Tigers.
Let's talk about this Washita win, Jordan. As it's, you know, unless Alexander pulls a couple of 40-footers, it's all but academic. Well, my goodness, that's the story of the night.
Let's hold our breath real quick.
Yeah. Back to a 2-possession game with 17 seconds left.
And Alexander takes flight, and Snyder is kicked in the face, and the foul is definitely called.
It was inadvertent by Alexander. He was the ball fake. He got him up in the air here. You're going to see it on the replay here. He just jumped and then take a left foot Nike to the face.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of Nikes those are as well. Might ask him after the game. That's a joke. Anyway, Snyder sinks his first free throw.
Well, let's talk about this win for the Tigers. It's a game for about. We mentioned they took their first lead at 62-61, and that was the first lead that they had all night. And so this was a game that Northwestern Oklahoma State controlled for most of the game, and now we have a quick turnover. Just to add insult to injury.
Yeah, this is a real important win for the Tigers. They take their 5-game win streak to 6.
I'd be interested to hear Coach Nutt's thoughts about, you know, what it says about his team to beat. And, you know, offensively we talked about the struggles, but then you're able to recover and come get a win. And you know what he thinks that says about his team as they were able to come back and get a win on what was not their best day at the office.
Yeah, like I said early on, you know, they've proven to be a second-half team against these Oklahoma universities and it just goes to show. I mean, they don't take their first lead until about 10 minutes left in this second half, and they're able to keep striving forward. And it's all about momentum. Basketball, any sport game, really is about a game of momentum, and if you can rally your boys. Now, you can really give a shout out to Coach Thornton, as he, in the first half, within the first, I want to say 8 minutes, Coach Thornton was trying to get them hyped up, get them rallied all together in order to, not really make a comeback, but to have enough oomph to be able to, put a full game together and win 81-73.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Coach Thornton there in the first half, just not the energy and trying to get them going. This is a group that has gotten itself going all season, but it took a little bit of time, and they're going to come up during a time of the year where that's gonna come back to bite you. You can't keep flirting with fire and having slow starts as you get this late in the season. But you do have a team that does not panic. They just play what they're supposed to play, how they're supposed to play, and then the game ends up turning, and they just keep playing. They just keep playing, and that's what I bet Coach Nutt is proud about his team.
Taking a look at a few stats as we stay on that wide camera angle. Christian Parks had an exceptional game, almost a double-double with 12 points, 8 rebounds. Devin Hancock going 11 for 11 from the free throw stripe, being 5 from 11 from the field. Also has 8 rebounds with 22 points. PJ Neal shooting 3 for 10, 5 for 7 from 3, gets over that 10-point stripe line with 11 points. Jackson Conley, 4 for 14, 3 for 3. Although he fouled out, he definitely held his presence on the game. Your Tigers sit at a plus-minus of above 8, as it wasn't a very dominant performance besides in that second half whenever you were able to rally your men together. Chris Babb was talking about playing and flirting with fire. You don't want to flirt with fire, you're going to get burned, but you can definitely guarantee that no matter what happens, you're going to have your team, you're going to have your boys with you. As we saw the chemistry on the court, we see it whenever they're swinging the ball around, whenever they're on fast breaks, whenever they're playing defense, as this is 73 points being the most points allowed, most points that they have allowed this season, but they also stand at second in the country and first in the GAC defensively.
Well, that was ugly.
All right.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, now I'm sitting here with the victor himself, Coach Nutt. Coach Nutt, how did you feel about the first half combined to the second half, and how would you say your team was able to respond?
Well, I tell you what, it was first half was not very good at all. We felt like we're just kind of in a lull, a little fog, mentally, physically, just wasn't ourselves. And I thought we were pressing a little bit offensively, trying a little bit too hard, making tough shots and forcing shots. And, they came out to get us, and I give them credit. They competed second half a little bit more like what we do. We finally kind of got that lead, and our guys, they know how to win, so that's good. That's vital.
We talk about Mr. Consistence, Mr. Efficiency here on the OSDN network, and a name that comes up is Devin Hancock. How leadership-wise, on and off the court, how does your team really corral around him and be an effective player? He had 22 points and he went 11-11 for free throws, and free throws really matter, and y'all had a great free throw shooting game going 33 for 38. So how has his leadership on and off the court helped your team, being a grad student? He's had experience, coming from ULM. How has that affected your team in a positive manner?
Devin does a lot for us. He's an older guy, has been around. He's done a lot of good things for us, and he plays hard. He got got in foul trouble tonight, so he's a little bit in and out, and I know it was hard for him to get a rhythm, but he came on there and made some free throws down the stretch and made a couple tough shots, and he's a good player. And I thought PJ finally kind of came alive second half. First half was not himself, but second half I thought he stepped up, and I kind of challenged those two guys. They have to lead us. When we're in a fog like that, they have to step up and help us.
Now, being second in the country defensively, I mentioned your defensive anchor, and I'd have to assume you know who I'm talking about. Christian Parks, second in blocks, something like that. He had 5 blocks the other night. He had 2 really well stranded back-to-back blocks, and it seems like as a basketball program, you take a lot of pride in your defense. Can you talk to me about how defensively you can put a game together and how it will complement the offense on the other end of the court?
Well, Chris does so many good things for us. He alters a lot of shots. He blocks a lot, but he also alters them. But he's good to have on that back end of the defense. I thought our defense on the ball was not as good. We need a little bit better, but he's always a good resource, good insurance policy to have back behind him. Jay Webb usually does a good job for us tonight. He didn't get the minutes tonight, but Chris he's special at it and does a lot of good things.
And lastly, Crew Flowers, he had an astounding game a couple nights ago against SWASU, and he comes back in and he puts up 15, going 4 for 8, 2 for 6 from 3, 5 for 6 from free throw, with also 4 rebounds. How well has Crew came in and since he was a freshman, it's to my understanding he came straight here.
Yep.
And as that young bull on your team, how has he came in and been able to develop as a player and contribute?
Well, it started with his defense. I thought Crew last year was a really good defender off the bench for us, and that kind of gave him confidence. And he was a very good offensive player in high school, but he didn't really show it a lot last year. We didn't really need for him to score that much, but he's kind of coming into his own this year. And when Devin is a little bit down, he kind of takes up the slack. So it's good to have 2 wings that can score like that, and Devin's doing well. He's doing well.
Now, I've just been noted first team to clinch a spot in the GAC tournament as a coach that's been here, for a minute. How does that make you feel? What are your goals leading into the tournament? What are your goals for the rest of the conference play?
Well, first things first is conference. We want to finish strong, and we have a tough stretch coming up. So it's good to get this one today. That's probably the earliest we've clinched a spot. Usually we're fighting for our lives to get in it. So it's special. Our basketball, it's kind of all geared around March. So it's exciting to see that, but hopefully we can finish that number 1 spot.
I appreciate you joining me, Coach, for the post game.
Okay, my man.
For the post game interview, even though you did say I looked like Crew Flowers.
My bad. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Coach Nutt, and that'll be the end of our broadcast. I appreciate the fans and anybody who was watching for joining us, and that'll be all. Your Tigers win 81-73. That'll be all on the Ouachita Sports Network. My name is Jordan Green, and thank you for watching.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day.
Hi, everybody. This is John Fanta with Fox Sports and the Big East Digital Network.
Hi, this is Brad Sham, voice of the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm Nicole Auerbach.
Kevin Kugler of Westwood One.
Hi, everybody. It's Pete Pranica of the Memphis Grizzlies and Fox Sports Southeast.
Hi, this is Chuck Swirsky with the Chicago Bulls, our flagship station, 670 The Score.
This is Kyle Peterson with ESPN.
This is Tom Hart at ESPN and the SEC Network. Thanks for tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.